Hey, there's a enormous raid. Thank you. Appreciate it, Overwatch Esports. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Well, I mean, this is gonna be a live FACEIT League match between Voidwalkers taking on Banana Farmers in the NA Experts division. For anybody maybe entirely new, you have 5 tiers of play, including OWCS. If OWCS is tier 1, as we call it, it's T1 esports. So Master Division is then tier 2, all the way down into Open Division, right? So where I usually, I stream Expert and Master Division here on this channel, and they feed directly in, which is part of the way the format has changed and evolved over the past few months and coming in 2025 is now that we have those promotion and relegation matches, that all of this from the very start, that anybody can sign up and be eligible. There's a code popping around up in chat. Anybody can just sign up and go, put a team together and go play. And there is a path that feeds straight through into OWCS and playing at LAN and playing with the best in the world. So going through Expert here, we're in the 3rd tier. We're in tier 3. Voidwalkers, it's their first season in the league, so they made it into Expert through qualifiers. So there's qualifier matches that happen at the beginning of every season. So they placed into Expert Division through those qualifiers, which means they had to do well, but it is their debut here in FACEIT League. Starting off with a 1-2 record, so hey, you're coming off the back of a dub. Phoenix Guard and Aurora Noctis are both going to be fairly strong. Both are seasoned FACEIT League teams, and both made play. Actually, Aurora Noctis did not, but Phoenix Guard made playoffs in Season 4. So, those losses are against, some veteran squads here. So, understandable. 1-2 start there for Voidwalkers. Let's take a look over at Banana Farmers. This is a rebrand of a team. Which team was this? Okay, so they take the team Vex. So Amado ends up going to Amplify. Okay, so this roster's definitely had some changes. I mean, really, Zoe and AGMR are the two. Dyslexia is also Fiery. Is also okay. So Fire is the captain there. So they just lost Mari. So they lost Mari and Amado. So change in tank, change in DPS. Zoe is giving your flex DPS here. Has put thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on Genji. Cast them back in when they were playing on console. It's been fun watching players like Zoe kind of come up through the ranks. Okay, so Banana Farmers Team Vex in Season 4. We're in Master Division. So 3-12 record. Not good enough to maintain. So bottom 4 out of Master Division did get relegated down. So that does mean Team Vex ends up in Expert here for season 5. And have a 1-2 start with drops of losses to Nebula and Ivory. 2-2 looks a lot better than 1-3. This is an opportunity. I mean, one of these teams is going to kind of be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps here. And I mean, this looks on paper very winnable for both of these squads as well. Shout out Unfeatured. Appreciate their work very much in helping me with this tonight. Okay, so we are going to get Voidwalkers with the first map pick. They have chosen Oasis. Yeah, I'll have the bands for you once we get in game. But yeah, it is a Brig and a Freya band. So Brig banned out by the Voidwalkers. Freya banned out by Banana Farmers. I know the overlays aren't exact. I'm sorry for that. They are a little off. Yeah, it's just kind of the nature of the setup we got here. Left margins always break. Left margins never want to stay, man. Put the stream on, went to bed, and now I'm on. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, we were featured by the Overwatch Esports stream tonight, so we got the big raid afterwards. Oh, I'm so used to changing palms. I went to go change the camera. Jeff, you are not the observer. Stop it.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Oh, it's kind of nice. All right, Voidwalkers on the right. Running with the Brawl copper areas with the cast and the Tracer. We still carry in the Brawl. Wow, they actually managed to end up in perfect order too. That never happens. They're actually in DPS tank support order. That never happens. This is an auto lobby. Looking at a Pharah Tracer in from Banana Farmers here at the start. Zoe had a recall forced out, or excuse me, that was Spectre had a recall forced out early. And Invu giving chase. Finds a couple shots on the Lessalite. It's first blood there for Banana Farmers, but it's quickly traded out. Let me turn this volume down a little bit. I feel like it's screaming at me just a little bit. Y'all let me know on audio levels. Hey, yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, Thunder. I appreciate it. First cap going on over to Banana Farmers here. With a 70% lead in that Kitsune Rush. Probably the most important ultimate to keep an eye on here as we're coming into this second fight. Interesting that you get the hazard comp kind of winning out the opening duel. This map, you know, is close quarters and ground and pound oriented as it is. You'd think the Orisa would have a big edge, but King Donut 80% towards that first downpour. Been very indicative of the work get done. Beautiful dasher from InView, and there you go. A quick first kill here to Banana Farmers, and they're going to continue to farm more. And comes up with another one, and this is just going to be cleanup. 35% and counting on the board here for Banana Farmers. After Invu made that swap over to the Genji, I mean, it's still, you got some good opening picks with the Pharah, but comes back in the Genji and able to pile on a few more. So heavily dive oriented, and what a flank! Now there's something you don't see every day. With the Kira kill comes in all the way to that hard right side. Invu and Sinshoot are able to move in and get kills on the back of it. Although the Kiri does eventually go down. Low health bars. Invu comes in with a kill. Zoe finds two on the back end. Invu and King Donut survive with barely any health left each. Invu was like sub 30 health there at the very end. 75% now here for Banana Farmers. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that question, Tion, about what's your take on Freya seemingly replacing Soja in pro play? I really enjoy the change. I think it's nice to see some variation, and we're still seeing some Soj. Speaking of variation, we're seeing a nice clap back here as a Voidwalkers come in and overcome Invu's Dragon Blade. Take this second fight. Sound barrier from Lessalite, and they're critical in that fight win. I've really been enjoying the rise of Freya though. I don't think quite as dominant as Hazard. You know, I'm gonna say I enjoy Hazard comps too. But you know, you're still. I don't think Freya is quite as big of a must pick as Hazard was on Hazard's release. God, Invu's Genji has been clean. Oh my goodness. And I talked about like Zoe's proficiency on the Genji. I wasn't expecting to see Invu come in and just slice and dice the entirety of Voidwalkers this way. Still with Sinshoot down. It's a notable lack of sustain. Only fiery heals on the Lucio, and it's not enough to keep King Donut alive. So with despite being in overtime, we do get a flip here out of the Voidwalkers. I think Freya is one of the best designed heroes. I can't argue with that. Like, I love the hero. My first impression of the hero itself, herself or whatever, but just like the hero design itself was 10 out of 10 S tier. Like, so fun, so dynamic. Oh, Christ, it just turns the corner with a little boop. Barely even enough to register as the jab against the finish on Zoe. We do have a sound barrier in play here out of Banana. The Farmers using a Kitsune Rush alongside that to move on to this point, but Lessalite has one to respond with. Now both the support ults have faded. King Donut is low, is dead, is watching a timer. Voidwalkers win 3 fights in a row here to force us into a 99-99. One last fight to take this opening round. Oh, the boop. Invu's still not getting out of there alive. Ooh, one aggressive Kitsune Rush deserves another. They've all been hyper aggressive, it feels like, in this map. Invu gets the blade completely interrupted. You get nothing. Nada. No blade for Invu. Zoe does still have a pulse bomb to try to bring this back. Recall used early in the fight. The Crazen's so close to this Dragon Blade. The deflect does not block the root, though. It does not get the deflect up into the air enough to block the downpour out from King Donut. And that Blade is going to go back into spawn. Zoe is able to get another recall. Still trying to hold on through this. Barely gets the touchback onto this point. Banana Farmer's almost just C9 this thing. Spectre's able to find Fiery there in the back line. Leslie coming up on a sound barrier. See, getting chased up to the high ground. Just trying to stay alive. Gets the mini to survive. Drops the amp and is able to hang on. Zoe's eventually able to pull Leslie down. That was an AJ. Leslie does not get their sound barrier into this fight, but Krasen's Blade is here. I think Kaizen might have just done enough, and despite losing the sound barrier, and it's going to be the Voidwalkers bringing this one all the way back from a 99-0.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Getting back at that Blade was enormous. It was so, I mean, it was so close. Also, the pick onto Envu. Shutting down Envu's Blade was critical in that final fight win. If Envu's able to find those opening picks instead, you know, it's two going the other direction, then I don't think we don't see Kyra get their Blade back into the fight. I don't think it goes as well. Critical pick to shut down Envu's Blade. Win that 99-99. So Winston swap here out of King Donut. No more hazard. Bob Sakamoto, who's going to go into a Diva. Early hack onto the Diva, but early pick onto King Donut. Back into the respawn you go. Alongside Zoe, it's an easy +2 and early +2 here for Voidwalkers. They'll grab first cap on the back of it. Would love to see a pro team playing the worst heroes in the game for fun. I mean, it's not quite that big of a disparagement, but there are one-trick players out there who are exceptional. And, I mean, Nightmare Rotation is a wonderful example. Your #1 ranked team in this division, I mean, is notoriously one-trick players. We see a lot of Dirt Roadhog. We saw it just earlier this week, and it dominated. They're just so darn good with it. It's very fun to watch. It's very, very fun to watch. Bob Sakamoto has been demeched here, and Envu's able to find a pick on a Kaizen, but still the player advantage is in the hands of Voidwalkers. Zoe returning, does build up towards this pulse, but it won't get a chance to use it. It's just kind of in the middle, kind of got baited in to that fight with the Diva. It's not where you want to be as the Tracer. You kind of drawn out into the open. Fire will get cut down on the outside with the Katsune Rush thrown down on the inside. City Center firmly in control of Voidwalkers at the moment. Suzu desperately thrown in, and still not enough to keep King Donut in that mech, who's made a swap onto a Diva of their own. Oh yeah, the full of Seraphim comp was amazing. I want to say that was Team Korea. Wasn't it Team Korea in World Cup that did that? I think it was. I'm pretty confident it was Team Korea who just came out as the full Seraphim comp. Woo! Fiery lucky to get that beat down. That was incredibly close. Still with the sound barrier, it's not enough, and a huge EMP is just going to solidify this point. A stick from Spectre is going to be the icing on the cake. No shot. Now King Donut gets back in mech. No shot. Although it lasts about a split second. And a dominant 100-0. After having to bring back University from a 0.99 deficit, Voidwalkers dominate City Center to close out map 1. Let's get him that point on the board.
Play of the game.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Oh, I should set these up on separate windows. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely what I'm going to do. Here, we're going to fix. There we go. There's that. And I'm going to do this. And we can keep that going. I'm going to put the playback speed on 2 times for a moment. I'll get you some stats. Sorry, with this slightly different setup than I'm used to. I'm kind of making some adjustments on the fly here. But this way, when I go to stats, this will just be here. This page will be set for you. How about a little background music? Take a look at some stats. What stands out? Woo, 32 and 2 and 3 from Bob Sacamano. Woo, wait. Most damage in the lobby, most elims, fewest deaths. Can't ask for much more than that. Oh yeah, we're live. Like, I don't have a delay. I can close out your preds immediately. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having to do preds on a 2-minute delay. So I was like kind of waiting the 2 minutes. I don't need to do that. All right, here we go. Ooh. All right, we are going to get a side swap coming into this. All right, thank you, copyright free music. We are done with you. Let's get a map 2. Okay, so we had Juno and Maga banned out. Let me get those bans fixed for you just real quick.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Go get those bands plugged in for you. As we get into Suravasa here. Bear with me 1 second. I believe it was the Maga band coming in from Voidwalkers. New Chunk City. I know, I just saw Flashpoint. I know. I'm so used to Flashpoint being Suravasa. I literally just think Flashpoint and just called it Suravasa. Yeah, I know. We're in New Chunk City. Do you need to play through Battle.net for FACEIT to work? Negative. No. Not at all. Like, I play through Steam. No, you just gotta go sign up for FACEIT. You have to go sign up on the FACEIT League website. And connect your Blizzard account, and everything else, it'll handle everything else automatically. If you're interested in signing up for FACEIT League for Season 6, I do have a code. There's a command code in chat you can use for 20% off. There's a link there for 20% off. Early Kitsune Rush. Wow, that was a wicked fast Kitsune Rush out of Sinshu. Oh my goodness. Wow. Elwyn was still like 30% away when that rush came out. That was so fast. And that was from a losing team, too. Typically, you lose the first 2 fights. You're behind an ult charge. Not the case there for Banana Farmers. It's true. It's true. Like, it genuinely was just Suravasa before. That is an interesting considering Rush just being so low and on the point. They're kind of daring banana farmers to come to you. Fiery has the sound barrier to respond to the Voidwalkers, but with Envu off the table, they're missing that all-important Blizzard. King Donut just gets melted. Oh my goodness. King Donut's health bar evaporated so fast. Looked like they were just standing in a molten core. And Kyra Zen comes up with 3 monstrous picks before Sinshoot finally brings him down, but it's good enough to give Voidwalkers the first point. Is the Discord full of mostly NA players or a mix of EU and NA? My Discord is pretty brand new, to be honest. We're just kind of getting it off the ground. It's a pretty healthy mix. If you're talking about FACEIT League tends to have slightly more NA players than NEU, but they're comparable. Incredible opener from Kyra. Kyra's keeping that good times going. We didn't get the Blizzard out from Envu, but nobody gets caught in it. I'm not entirely convinced that one didn't get deflected just by the way that Spectre was dancing around in the Blizzard, but the Blizzard still looked red, but still, nobody caught in it either way. Thank you all so much for the follows. I appreciate anybody being here. I appreciate the follows. Sin's IGN is too close to your last name, Sin Shoot. I have OWCS drops are active. So whatever, if you still need your OWCS drops from this weekend, they are active. God, Carson does it again. This time on the back of a Bobus Terra Surge. Bob Sacamano. I don't know, I keep seeing BOBAS. But anyway. Huge Terra Surge, and Kyra continues to just be a menace. Look at this. Kyra is taking over this lobby right now, y'all. All right. Banana farmers trying to muscle through this choke using this annihilation, but King Donut takes entirely too much damage. Didn't look like Sinshoot was quite there on the same page. I didn't quite see where Sinshoot ended up. It was unclear on that setup, but I felt like King Donut got out a little bit ahead of the rest of the squad. Perhaps, you know, their hand was forced by the percentage on the board. But either way, it's going to be a 2-0 lead here for Voidwalkers. Much needed kills as Sinshoot comes up with a pair there for Banana Farmers. Kind of stop this momentum. See if they can get some defender's advantage heading into Ducks. Once again, really appreciate all the follows. It's been too many for me to call you out individually, but I thank you all so very much for the support. Honestly, I love the little screens on this map. Like, there's one on the point right now, but there's little, like, monitors that show, like, what objective you're on and stuff. I think it's so cool. It's such an awesome little touch. Considering rush up here from Elwyn to take this high ground, Bob Sakamoto's going to immediately just jump down onto the point where Zoe throws down a bolo shot and able to pick up Kyra's. And there's a sound barrier invested here from Banana Farmers as well, but Less Light has the second sound barrier. You know what they say, second sound barriers tend to be the better sound barriers. Proves to be true here in this fight. It's a bit messy, still some cleanup to do, but with some nice shooting out of Elrin and Spectre. The first cap going over to Voidwalkers here, and they only need one more flashpoint to move up to match point in the series. Holding both DPS ults here to help defend this objective. It's going to be difficult. So tough to walk in. This is one where it can be very difficult to get through the choke on this objective, and going into both Bolo Shot and Blade, this can be tough. Looking at Sinshoot to get a nice high-value Kitsune rush. Question is, do you use it to gain space, or do you use it to try to fend off the DPS ults? It's going to be used to gain space, thrown up onto the high ground. Here comes Spectre and Kairos, and ultimates into the pack. It's always already down. Spectre's able to cut through Envu, slices through Sin, slices through King Donut. No one is able to stand up to the Voidwalkers, and, well, it was picture perfect. Those two DPS ults, in fact, way too much to overcome. This is going to be a desperate touch. Envu on the Tracer should be able to get us one last fight here. Yeah, I think they're doing it by month, not by stage, which is a little weird. Like, I think it's going to be until the end of May, and we're going to swap over into June for new drops. Yep, no touch there at the end. Kyrozin's able to find a kill onto the Tracer that prevents the OT. And a clean, crispy, I mean, whole can of Pringles map here from Voidwalkers.
Play of the game.
Oh. Thank you, thank you. We don't need the audio twice. Okay. Well, we're continuing with the judo ban. Ah! It just started. This match just started. Don't mind that 3-0. That is not a spoiler. This map is 16 seconds in. But we do know we got a Juno and a Pharah ban, and well, that just means the Juno's banned out from the other side. Take a look at some stats there. Bob Sakamoto, I mean, continues to impress. Most elims, fewest deaths, tied for most elims. But most elims nevertheless. Get your spreads here for map 3. Man, Bob Sakamoto. It's our first time getting Bob Sakamoto on stream. You know, the Voidwalkers kind of making their debut here. This is their first season in FACEIT League. And man, what a debut. What a debut. Bob Sakamoto having a hell of a series thus far. All right, we said it was a Juno ban coming out from the other side, and then it's going to be a Pharah ban in as well. So, Banana Farmers banning the Juno the previous time. Now it's going to be the Voidwalkers banning out the Juno. All right, let's get ready to get into map 3 here. I think I have the bans backwards. We'll fix it once we get in here. Oh, they're still getting ready. That's all right. Okay. So if I saw that right, actually Banana Farmers banned the Juno this time, and Voidwalkers banned the Pharah, if I saw the chat right. So let me get that fixed. I'm sorry.
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
So with the way this is set up, I'm used to being able to see the bans in that FACEIT League page, but they're already happening because of the delay. Yeah, exactly. Because the observer has a delay. Yeah, I'm here no delay after. I have no delay, but my observer has a delay. But that also means that I'm missing the bans because they've already started, like, because we're still finishing up the previous map. So I'm not seeing the bans like I'm used to seeing, and it's throwing off my mojo. Throwing off my rhythm. We're all good. We're all good. There. Oh, we get the Zoe Genji. We get the Zoe Genji. Now this has been a Farmer's fully unlocked. There you go. I mean, it's a Zoe 4K right out of the gate. And I'm telling you, Zoe has put thousands upon thousands. Like, had 5,000 hours on Genji, like in Overwatch 1. You know, when on console. On Genji. Bob Sakamoto, very low, escaping up to the high ground there on the Winston. Ooh, landing some ult fire. Oh, but Invu puts in the headshot. Bob, you were too low on health to be sticking your head up like that. Invu pops it clean off. And we got a 5-minute time bank here for Banana Farmers. Dude, what is this turnaround? I mean, that was a shellacking on New Junk City. Out of Voidwalkers. And I mean, they can't even make it out of the hotel door at this moment. And honestly, they're not super, like, if they were a little bit closer to the Nano, I could see just bust out with some of these ultimates, but man, they're still about 30% away from Nano, 40% away from Rowley. Sinshoot's going to throw up the Ant Matrix, but a wonderful anti-nade might just give Bob Sakamano the room they need. Spectre's going to work on the back of that as well. Bob is low, Spectre is dead, but Kaizen's able to clean up, trade out with Invu. Gives the player advantage over to this defense. I believe it's just Zoe and King Donut left, as Fiery's Transcendence is fading, actually. Oh, the mace is mightier than the sword, apparently. And a beautiful sleep will be the end of King Donut. Defense will stabilize with 4 minutes to go.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Hello. All right. I'm sad. No more Zoe Genji. Sights up here from Invu. Well, sights just faded. They use sights to get everybody to the high ground, close the gap. Huge purple lands once again, and Bob is able to dive right on top of it. Spectre dashing through with a blade. That was a brilliant play, and Elrin setting it all up with one perfect anti-nade. That was incredible. Shisakita, thank you for the follow. Says, let's go Voidwalkers. Hey, so far so good for the Voidwalkers. They have been clean as you like. Kaizen has been on an absolute tear here today. Now's a pulse bomb here to help defend. But still with a very quick point A. Still a 3-minute time bank for Banana Farmers to work with coming back in here. They do have a Gravitic Flux coming up online soon as well. Aaron going down early. That's exactly what they needed. Oh, it may not be enough, though. As Sinshoot takes their attention away from the backline to take care of Elrin. Bob Sakamano is able to move in 2 early picks, leverages that into 2 late picks, and another fight win. Void is looking so good. So we're going to get a swap. Zoe actually swapped off of the Cass before the previous fight. But we have had a Cass. Now it's Cass Echo, but Invu's now in the Cassidy. Gravitic Flux to deal with the Nano Boost Bob Sakamano, and successfully does so. Big Anti found Zoe, but still with the Amplification Matrix up, Banana Farmers looks like they're able to persevere through the back of this fight, indeed, as the final 2 kills come through. They're finally able to get this cart rolling again after a 3.5-minute stall here on the top of point B. I know, right? Elred goes down first, and they're still able to win that previous fight. Ooh, that touch just barely came through in time, but what a rally. Spectre got stunned out before they could even get the sword out of the sheath. And Fiery dominates the back of this point. Invu keeping everybody on lock with the Deadeye throughout all of that. Back-to-back fight wins here for Banana Farmers who get the 2nd point on the board. I'm getting swaps from the defense. Kaizen going over to an Ash. Nope, making a Cassidy. Let's loot into a Lucio. Interesting. Okay, so Lucio for help just to protect, try to peel against Zoe, perhaps. I mean, there's not a whole lot of dive targets coming in. Maybe we get less like just moving in with Spectre. Perhaps a 2-3 split here. Looks like less like currently playing out a window with Bob Sakamano. Just doing the slow walk forward here to the corner. Zoe does have a duplicate to work with. King Donut not far away from a Kitsune Rush, both of which could be very powerful to try to take this corner. Oh, but losing Zoe like that, that's not ideal. That had to be a sleep or something. I mean, Zoe had the duplicate to, you know, kind of as a second lifeline there. It just doesn't get popped, which makes me think, you know, a sleep or something came through. But that one kill dominoes into a good hold, and About 75 seconds remain for banana farmers to push through circuit. And now Elrin has a nano boost to work with. Nano boost and primal. Make Fire's life very difficult here, particularly with a good anti-nade landing from Elrin here this early. This is going to be the lamp used already from Shinshoot. Duplicate in the back from Zoe, you know, picking up that famous Genji, but unfortunately just gets overwhelmed. Does manage to find one pick with that ultimate, though, before getting chopped down by Spectre as the nano boost into Spectre. Dashes through 3, looking for a 4th. There's the combo. Dashes through for a 5th. This is going to be the ace for Spectre. Woo! Wow! And that's the kind of play that'll win you a series. That's the kind of play that can demotivate your opponent. Liven up the comms of Voidwalkers. With a, I mean, make Who Are You Jealous kind of blade there out of Spectre. Kind of play there out of Spectre. Wasn't even a blade. Just the nano boost. Now the Genji blade, the Dragon blade, is available to go in and try to devalue this amplification matrix. This is gonna, oh! Craig comes in, gets the double kill with the Deadeye, shutting down Invu's Deadeye. It's a clean team kill for the final fight as Voidwalkers hold.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Goats? Goats? Are you calling for them to play goats? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that wouldn't hurt my feelings. Spectre is very motivated. Well, you're saying voids are goats. That's what I figured. They are goats. Aha! No, seriously, great. I mean, I can understand. I can understand. I think your confidence is rightfully placed after that defense. I mean, I will say, just got completely overrun on point A. Like, the point A defense was non-existent. Was not even there. But 3.5 minutes taken off the bank on point B, and then they were able to stop the line, stop the cart entirely there in the hotel. But goats are made for yoga. You know what? Not wrong, Hungry Bug. Not wrong. Goat yoga is pretty adorable.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
They're a part of your org? Ah! Panther says, go Fiery, go. Fiery coming out on a Zenyatta here for this defense for Banana Farmers. We are getting Invu pulling out Freya for the first time today. At least first time since City Center. What's that? Did Invu play Freya on Oasis? I know we saw something from Kyra. These goats climbing mountains in style. Oh, good shot from Kyra. Hits the Genji Master of Zoe. And this could just get the cart rolling. Bit of a stubborn hold there. I'm surprised King Donut didn't back up sooner. I think kind of... not sure what the plan was. It looked like half the team wanted to hold the corner and half the team started disengaging and King Donut just kind of got overwhelmed there. And this could just be all of point A getting picked up. Okay, there's a Nano Boost and a Kitsune Rusher, not to mention a Bolo shot, but Bob Sakamoto is just going to go ahead and drop back down, play this safe. Here comes King Donut in with the touch. Bolo thrown down, will not land square onto the Zenyatta. Fire is able to dodge out of the way. Shinshoot builds up the rest of this amplification matrix and an opportunity for this defense to make a hole. NATO engage from Bob Sakamoto. There's all the heals going in Fiery's direction. Ant Matrix in play, not able to get a whole lot with it. I guess you hold the defensive, you hold Voidwalkers at bay enough with the Ant Matrix, even though it didn't look like it got direct value. Good space control. King Donut leading the lobby at 11,000 damage currently. Oh, you're right. I think you're right. Freya was banned. Good call. Sorry, I mean, you know, it's our 6th match of Overwatch or whatever we've seen today. Apologies. Hey, I get by with a little help from my friends. That's why I need y'all here. That's why I need y'all here, friends. Y'all help keep me in line. Make sure I come correct. 1 minute left here for Banana Farmer's attack. Or, excuse me, for Voidwalker's attack. The blade from Spectre needs to be good. There's not a whole lot defensively to fend it off. And there it is, over the top. It's going to catch Fiery immediately. Gonna have to deal with the lamp, but Sinshu's not able to jump out of the way far enough to escape the blade. It'll end up being 4 here for Spectre. Envy's able to bring him down, but it's just Zoe left to hold the point. One lone Genji will not be enough. Voidwalkers are able to continue through this map. And that's the second insane, massive multi-kill we've had from Spectre here on this map. That's an important pick from King Donut, though. God, huge biodate. Bananas might win on economy. I don't know. You got these double support ults. What I'm looking at from the other side, though. God, Kyra just has unbeatable accuracy, it feels like right now. There's going to be a Gravitic Flux combined with an Amplification Matrix for Banana Farmers to try to hold the line. And then it was actually thrown in onto Kyra's, and I don't blame you one bit. With how hot Kyra has been. Makes a lot of sense. Now, Bob Sakamoto to try to finish up on that damage. The Primal Rage available, ready to go, and Kyra's in. Finds Fire yet with another bolt of awesome. But Sound Barrier, excuse me, that was just some extra healing there I saw on King Donut. Enables them to just push forward. There's not even a Lucio in place. Like, where did all that healing come from? King Donut just got, like, an enormous amount of overhealth there from the Kinetic Grasp. And kind of just leverage that sustain. Grid play from Zoe to help kind of take some threats out of the back line while King Donut is able to push back out. Very, very important stabilization. So this can be so hard to push up to. God, Kyra does it again. Kyra just keeps getting first blood after first blood. So nasty on this Freya. Been ridiculous. Also, Freya Kitsune Rush, just kind of bonkers. Kind of insane amounts of damage. Call the GOAT Commander Shepard, because he is the Spectre. Love it. I love it. Good Mass Effect reference. Another $1.30 added on to the clock. Banana Farmers have to hold this line to keep the series going. They will take care of Kyra. Even getting the Bolo out. Ooh, losing Fiery not ideal, but I still think there's time to get this. Okay, yeah. Now, with a kill onto Elred, definitely time for the defense to stabilize. Voidwalkers have been doing a good job of keeping this tempo extremely high. And one thing when you play at a super fast tempo, you can force the defense to make mistakes. I mean, Sinshu investing an Ant Matrix into the, you know, what was already a winning fight there. I don't know if that's necessarily a mistake, but that pressure, you know, you're forcing the defense to throw out ultimates in a less than ideal situation. Now Primal Rage is going to catch Sinshu into the corner. Absolutely just kidnapped, caged up. But the lamp somehow they get out of there, but Bob Caminano is still able to chase down a couple of kills. If you can get the BAP here, this should just be the card of the road. But Fire's able to get a good cooking in, keeps them alive through it. Sinshoots backs up and gets some health. Blade into that small room from Spectre. Shut down! What a shot from Sinshoot! It's close! It's back and forth between these two teams. But it has not completely gotten out of Banana Farmer's hands. They do lose that fight, but they whittled down enough reinforcements. Ooh, I say that. There's still 4 players left here from Voidwalkers. Bob Sakamoto has got high ground control and Kitsune Rush at their back. Nano Boost thrown on to the Winston as well. King Donut, his Antine is dead, and that's going to be the series. Voidwalkers muscle their way over the line with this high-tempo gameplay. It's a 3-0 for them here today. They'll move back up to 500, 2-2 on the season. Banana Farmers fall to 1-3 to start off Season 5. GG's. Oh. Look at some stats there from that third map. Oh, big shout out. Big shout out, Unfeatured. Our observer on the night coming through and helping out. Thank you so much. Yeah, Unfeatured, thank you so much. Oh, let's go close out some Preds here. Oh, 98% of you picking Voidwalkers. Honestly, after the first 2 maps, I can't say I blame you. I can't say I blame you. They looked so good here today. They looked so good. Hard to imagine this team is 2-2. This also gave me some prep because my team plays Voidwalkers tomorrow. Well, you're going to have your hands full. Kyra says, you catch me on stage one day? You bet. You bet. I have no doubt, Kyra. I have no doubt. Oh, thank you for the follows, by the way. We're getting the players starting to come through and drop follows. We got Spectre coming through with a follow. There we go. Bob there at the end. Big tank player. Scorch, thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being here. GG's. GG's. So there you go, friends. Yes, thank you so much, Unfeatured. Once again, no, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Bob, I think you'd be our player of the match, my friend. I think you would be our player of the match. Although you did put up like twice as many deaths in map 3 than you did in maps 1 and 2 combined. What's up with that? What's up with that? I tease. No, y'all had Cairo, you were right there. Holy cow. No, but Bob, you were so impressive. So impressive on that tank. I mean, that was high tempo gameplay, and I felt like the tank was really instrumental in that. We saw a lot of different looks as well. Yeah. I think gotta give Bob player of the match. Gotta do it. I'm so sorry. I hate Circuit so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you then, my friend. I'm so sorry for you. Oh, it did get canceled. It did. Okay. I hate it when that happens. Especially when you hear the roar, but you're just dead. You hear them roar, but you're just dead. Yeah, getting Primal canceled hurts. Well, I mean, because as a Winston player, you're trying to toe that line, and we've all been there. Because you're trying to toe that line. You're trying to just min max how much you can hold on and how long you can wait to hit Q. Understandable, totally understandable.